So let's scroll back down. So if you press the Z key, that's basically my enter key to go to the next screen, and the menu count is equal to 0, then we're gonna set the game state equal to game because you click new game, right? Or play game, sorry. So that means it's time to switch to the gameplay screen. But if you press else, so there's only two options, so else, if menu count is equal to 1, then done is going to be equal to true. And since we have the ampersand, then it will actually change the value throughout the program, and it will exit the window. And then we just do some boundary checks. If it's greater than 1, then it's equal to 1. And then if menu count is less than 0, then it's equal to 0. Simple enough. So now we go to our draw title screen function. So basically I did a stretch split. I don't know if I showed you these in the earlier tutorials, but basically since the image size is not the full width of the screen, I just take a proportion of it and I stretch it to fill the whole screen. It's basically what it does. And then I write the text from our menu item, right? So I use a for loop to scroll through both of them, and then I write the menu item to the screen. And I have another one right here that will highlight which menu item you're on, okay? And then we just split the buffer to the screen. Simple enough. Because the reason why we have to do this here is this, because in the gameplay screen, when you do the camera, when you draw the camera has the splitting the buffer to the screen. But when we have our title screen, we don't have that, so we need to split the buffer to the screen ourselves again. So in the update game screen function, it's just like in the main.cpp when we had our update section, right? Remember when we had all our code in the update section right here? It's just like what we're doing in screen manager.cpp. We're just bunching it up all together so we can just have one simple function right here. The reason why we do this, it makes the less you have in main.cpp, the better. Because main.cpp is where everything runs. You don't want too much data in there to get too confusing, so you restrict as much data as possible that you can put in there. So we're going to store all the update functions in here, just in the same order that we had it in main.cpp, and that's it. And then in our draw game screen, we draw everything just like we were drawing before, right? But I added this here, that if the player's lives equals to 0, we can make a function for this later. But I just said that if the lives is less than or equal to 0, so if you died, right, then we set the game state to game over, so we'll show the game over screen, and we reset the lives to 5, and we just reset the X and the Y position. And then the camera.draw just blitz everything on the buffer to the screen. And that's it for the draw. That's just identical to what main.cpp was. Now in the update game over screen, basically this is where it's single key presses. So basically I said that if you press key Z, then key press is equal to true, right? So I'm waiting, so when you press it, then it knows that you've pressed the key. So then after, I have an else if statement that says that if you're not pressing Z and key press is equal to true, then you reset the game state to title and you set key press to false. Now what is this doing? It's waiting until I release the Z key until it goes to the next screen. Because if I just say that if key Z, then you transfer to the game screen, the title screen, then if I don't let go in time, then it could transfer to the title screen quickly and then click new game again, right? But I mean play game again, and we don't want that. We want to wait till you release the Z key, so when you get to the menu, then you can scroll through the menu items and whatnot. And this is where the single key presses come in handy, but we'll get more into that in other tutorials. Especially if we want to make an input class, that might be more advanced. You probably don't need it, but if you create an input class, that would be a thing that you could put in there. And in the draw game over screen, it's simple. I just stretched it again because the image never fit the screen, and then we just split the buffer to the screen again, and that's it for the draw game over screen. So that is simple enough. And then all of that is stored in the switch and case statements in our update functions, right? So when we switch the screen state, the game state, sorry, then it does the following function accordingly, right? So that's a efficient way of going about it. So now let's go to our main.cpp. So all you have to do is include the screen manager plus along with all these stuff that we've had earlier, and all you have to do, oh, I shouldn't even have these here because I should delete these because they initialize in the screen manager. So all we have to do is make an instance of screen manager and initialize it, and then we just update the screen manager and then update this and then draw the screen manager and then clear the bitmap to the buffer, and that's all our program right there. And don't forget end of main. So then when we run this program, this is what we should see. And if you don't see the same result, then let me know. So you see play game and end game. So let me click end game. If I highlight it and I click Z, ends the game. So let's run it again. So let's click play game this time. Let's play the game. La 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 la. Whatever, we're playing the game. La la. Then we hit the enemy. We die. Game over screen. I press Z. I'm holding Z right now. Now I release Z. Now when I release it, then I'm at the title screen again. And now we can go through the game again. La 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 la. Whatever. And play the game. And that's it. And let me check something quickly. Yeah, you could also set the level back to level 1 when the player dies, or you can make them continue like as a checkpoint. I don't know if you guys want me to add checkpoints to the game. Like, if you want, just comment below and say you want checkpoints. I don't know if I should do it. I think it'll be a really neat feature, but the reason why I want to cut a lot of stuff out now is because I just want to get the game up and running. Then I'm going to make a more advanced tutorial with actual graphics and sounds, background music, transitioning from scene to scene and background music, and better transitioning from games, better menus, and to make it more professional looking. So anyways, just tell me what you want if you want that stuff. If you don't, just comment below. I appreciate your comments, even if they're harsh, it doesn't matter to me. So thanks for watching this. Hope you liked it, and bye.